But with all that drinking, all that wild behavior...
Marty's wild, but she's not into sleaze. She never would have had sex with those guys unless they forced her. Marty was raped. I'm sure of it.
Thank you, Nick. You're a witness.
Take it easy, Kevin. Take it easy. It's our turn now, and hopefully I'll be able to rip Miss Haynes' testimony apart. Bit by bit. I am so puzzled about something. Maybe you can clear something up for me. You describe the relationship between Marty Saybrook and the 4 defendants as hostile.
That's the word.
Good. But we have other testimony from Swade Pruitt, who was also an eyewitness at the very same party, that Marty Saybrook gave Powell Lord a big public kiss. Did you miss that?
How could you miss it?
Yeah. Did you also see her dancing with Powell Lord? And Zach Rosen? And Kevin Buchanan?
Yeah, I saw it.
Would you describe Marty Saybrook's behavior at that night as, fun-loving, carefree, provocative?
Objection, asking for conclusion.
The same sort of conclusion that the prosecution was able to ask from this very same witness.
I'll allow it.
Thank you, Your Honor. Miss Haynes, was Marty Saybrook's behavior simply fun-filled or deliberately provocative?
Well, I guess he was trying to get the guys all hot and bothered.
Hot and bothered.
But that doesn't mean
Isn't it true that you describe Marty and Kevin as an item and therefore definitely not on hostile terms?
That's what I assumed.
Yes or no, Miss Haynes?
Yes, that's what I assumed.
You assume a lot of things, don't you, Miss Haynes? I understand that you were generating some of your own hostility at that party. Didn't you have 2 separate fights with one of the defendants, Todd Manning?
I may have argued with Todd, but that doesn't mean I have it in for him.
All right, well, why don't we just focus in on Kevin Buchanan. Now, you testified that Kevin dragged Marty up to his room and stayed up there for a long time. How long?
I saw him coming down an hour later.
1 hour. Are you sure it wasn't 45 minutes? 20 minutes? 2 minutes?
What I said was...
I know what you said. Were you standing at the bottom of the stairs the whole time with a stopwatch?
Of course not. It was a party.
Of course it was a party, and you were having fun, and you were dancing, and you turned around, and you saw Kevin going upstairs.
I said he was coming downstairs.
But it was a party. I mean, so who could be sure of the time or the comings and the goings?
He was on the stairs. He was walking down with a couple of guys who'd had too much to drink.
So you assumed that he was coming from his room. But isn't it possible, Miss Haynes, that he was going up to his room to check on Marty, and as fraternity president, he saw 2 brothers who had had too much to drink, and he was helping them back down the stairs?
I don't know. I guess it's possible.
It's possible. And isn't it possible that Kevin took Marty upstairs to his room to protect her from her own wild behavior, left her there alone, came down the stairs, went out into the porch, not an hour later, but only a few minutes later, while you were still enjoying the party? And isn't it possible that Kevin stayed out on that porch the whole time while Todd and Zach and Powell had sex with Marty? Consensual sex?
I don't know. I guess anything's possible at a party like that.
At a party like that, a party where you said everybody was drunk and getting that way. Is that how you were, Miss Haynes?
Objection.
Overruled. Answer the question, Miss Haynes. How many beers did you have at that party?
Who knows? It was a crazy scene. How am I supposed to be clear about every little thing that happens?
You can't, Miss Haynes. You can't be clear about any little thing that happened. No more questions.
The court stands adjourned until tomorrow afternoon, 2 p.m.
All right.
Marty, I'm sorry.
You okay?
I'm scared.
Hey, Nora Gannon scored a couple of points, that's all. You'll get your chance.
No, you don't understand. made a mistake. Terrible mistake.
Leon, you are not gonna...
Well, we took their best shot and we're still standing.
Thanks to you, Miss Gannon.
Yeah, I mean, you really ripped that Emily Haynes apart. Her testimony, I mean.
Marty looked very upset.
Well, that's what we want, isn't it?
Yeah, if I were Marty, I'd be looking for a place to hide right now. I mean, her lies are starting to unravel a bit.
Just remember something. Why don't you just stick together and tell the truth? And you'll be fine. Okay?
What about Marty?
What about her?
Look, Marty,
Oh, yay, oh, yay. The Court of Common Pleas of Lantano County is now in session. The Honorable Judge Fitzwater presiding.
Be seated. Is the Commonwealth ready with its next witness?
Yes, Your Honor. The Commonwealth calls Rachel Gannon.
Truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
Are you sure you wouldn't rather have me question your daughter?
State your name for the record, please.
I know in my gut that she's hiding something, and I've got to get the truth out of her myself.
State your address,
Hiding
please.
what? Evidence?
Palace Hotel?
Something she saw.
Could you be
Something
more
Kevin
specific?
told her. I've got a good idea what it is. I've got to get
The
her to say
address?
it on the stand. And maybe then she'll
1530
see
High
Kevin
Street.
for what he really is.
Here in Landview?
Yes.
Room number.
1217.
Thank you.
Your Honor, I'd like the record to indicate that the Commonwealth considers Rachel Gannon as a hostile witness and intends to question her as such.
So noted.
Let's talk about Todd Manning. You've testified that you knew him from campus, and because he is a friend of Kevin Buchanan. Is that correct? Would you please answer verbally?
Yes.
Did Todd Manning make any remarks to you that you would interpret as racist?
Objection, irrelevant.
I withdraw the question, Your Honor. Did Todd Manning know that you and Kevin Buchanan were dating?
We still are.
At the time in question, did Todd Manning know that you and Kevin Buchanan were dating?
Yes.
And despite his knowledge of your relationship with Mr. Buchanan, isn't it true that Todd Manning made sexual advances to you in Kevin's home?
Objection, Your Honor. He's leading the witness.
Witness has been deemed hostile. Objection overruled. Prosecution proceed.
Is it true?
Yes.
Todd Manning did make advances to you while in Kevin's...
Yes.
And did you decline?
Yes.
And did Todd persist in his advances?
I guess.
What was your reaction?
What do you mean? Objection.
Your Honor, I'm simply asking the witness's reaction.
I'll allow it.
Would you please tell the court your reaction to Todd Manning's sexual advances?
I wasn't all that surprised, I guess.
And why is that?
That's just the kind of guy Todd is. He doesn't take no for an answer. Objection!